Back live here to iRacing E-Series, and we're going underway here from Daytona in qualifying. Race number 3 of the very first season of the iRacing E-Series at Daytona under lights once again now for back-to-back weeks. So this time we're in the Camper World trucks instead of the Cup cars, as 3 minutes remain on the clock for qualifying. Nobody's turned a lap so far, but I think we're going to see a couple guys here very shortly turn their first lap. Looks like Chappelle will be one of those guys to do so. Jason Papp was top leaderboard now. 1/1000th of a second. That is just their first lap, I believe. So we're going to see another lap kicked out by these guys here. Guys, starting our laps now. Had some issues with the overlay for some reason here. Not quite sure what exactly went wrong. It's not going very well, so. I guess you look at the current leaderboard now. It's going Bobby Hash. Sits on the pole as of yet. We're in second, followed by Jason Papp, Brennan Wilson, all those other folks. Turn across, they're currently on track, trying to turn a lap now. Cars that finished moves himself in a 12th place, and that's actually the end of qualifying. So Bobby Hash should get the pole here. The finish, going to turn a quick lap there. So I finally got the leaderboard back here. Oh, maybe not. Oh boy. My apologies. I don't know why this happened. I just finished up the 2-hour truck series. Everything was all fine and dandy there. For some reason, this just does not want to work. Well, it's not going to look through right back. Well, after everything's all sorted out, welcome back to the iRacing E-Series here from Daytona. These guys getting set, going onto the grid now. Race number 3 of the iRacing E-Series. So a couple sponsors here of the iRacing E-Series. Express Auto Salon. Not Saloon, my apologies for that, saying that quite often. So, Express Auto Salon, along with DCH Crane, official partners of the iRacing E-Series. Glad to have you with us here tonight as always. Again, for some difficulties there with those issues, but those have been finally sorted out here. And we're ready to get these guys going. And through the LCTV starting grid for tonight's race. So on the pole, Bobby Hash with a 51.104. Start that 30 machine from the pole number on his outside. And the number 37 machine. Number 2 is Jason Pop. On his outside, number 501 machine of Brendan Wilson. Row number 3, we have 33 of Taylor Kahn, and then Nathan Hall in the 42 entry. Row number 4, we have Aaron Reinhardt in the 710 with Cody Trudeau-Coates on his outside, starting from key 8. Then in row 5, we have Twitch Edupair in number 38 machine with Scott Leitner on his outside. And then row number 6, Russ Nash, Jeff Spooner, and then 6 and 44 machines, start 11 through 12 respectively. Row 7, Dana Cross, and then 27 machine, Donnie Lee in the 99. And then Cruz Hernandez Jr. running out the field of drivers took a qualifying time. Guys who not took a qualifying time, you have Xavier Trapp, Richard Taylor the 4th, Stephen Gale, and Brian Buzard. So that is, we've got your starting grid here for the iRacing E Series live from Daytona. As always, glad to have it with us, of course, as we get set to drop the green flag, kicking off race number 3 of the iRacing E Series in this premiere season. As iRacing.com official Ford Mustang pace car heads to pit road. And these guys lose. Green flag is out and away here from Daytona. Get on the gas here. Great start there by the 30 machine of Brendan Hash, or 30 machine of Bobby Hash, excuse me. Couple guys at 8. Get up to the gears here in 4th gear, and they keep going here up to full speed and full song. So 2 by 2 got the most of the field. We saw last week couple incidences on the very first lap here. Daytona at night. And the Cup cars is already side by side now for the race lead. Looks like the number 1 machine, Jason Pop, makes a great move to the outside. Oh, there's contact, and there's the first wreck already. And it's the big one here on lap 1. We got trucks everywhere. The entire field is taken out as they become a junkyard. Turns 3 and 4. First caution flag goes out on lap number 1. Stephen Gale and 84th area trap both coming to a complete stop to avoid the accident as this truck's smoking. Truck's stuck together on the apron. Everybody's wrecked, and I think it started with the 37 coming down, who was in 2nd place and caused a major pileup on lap 1 here. So it's like it will repeat for what happened last time, which is pretty interesting. So 37 has been blamed for the accident. He will receive an end-of-line penalty. So take a look now back at what happened here. Saw the 1 machine, a great move already on the very first lap, goes to the outside, takes to the race lead. 37 was pushing, and 1 goes down the track. 37 is kind of just trying to follow him, I think. And obviously knew the truck was probably on his inside, but didn't realize that he was going down the track. He was just trying to follow the 1 machine, not knowing he was going to go down the track. Ends up getting into the 30s, actually the pole sitter. Looked like it was maybe safe. Then the 37 goes up, hits the outside wall. Then the 501 tries to go through the middle, ends up getting into the number 33 machine. Then you see the 42 pile in there to the 37. 30 gets hit, 710 gets hit. And that's off in there. 38 piles in. There's more contact in the back. 4 machine hard hit in the back of the 501 entry. You see everybody else getting taken out there. You got the number 8, you got the 66, the 44, the 27, and the 99 actually maybe make it through on the apron. And it looks like actually indeed they did. There's more contact in the grass. Then you see those other guys piling in the 7, the 13, it looks like 84, and 52 just decided to come to a complete stop to avoid that. As actually we're going to go now on board with the 33 machine of Taylor Kahn as this is all happening, or excuse me, the 30 machine of Bobby Hash as this is all happening. They're going. All of a sudden, nothing they can do at that point at all. Actually, if you're going to save it, they can save the 33s, they all start wrecking, and he can turn around up into the outside wall, up the track. Then starts back around, gets back going, but obviously a lot of damage to that 30 entries. Going to have to use one of his fast repairs. So big wreck already here on lap 1. Pretty much the everyone is what happened right there. Looking out from the blink shot of things. You see that first accident and the contact and checking up and trying to avoid the accident. Because everybody gets stuck together and they got a big wreck takes out a majority of your field on lap 1. Of course, these guys do have faster pairs, remember, but this will definitely hinder their chances of making to the end of the race if we do have a couple more big ones here and they get involved in it, which is what we've seen in the past before. So I mean, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out how it goes. So we're going to have to see how it goes from here now. As I run on board with the '84 machine, Xavier Trappy. He was actually pretty much in this pack, but maybe she backed the truck down enough not to get involved in the accident. As you see, it was just wrecking. He goes on the brakes. Hopefully, he doesn't get artillery from behind. And manages to get the truck come to a complete halt and avoids the junkyard that's right in front of Long and Stephen Gale. Able to stop there and chill until the way the track to get clear. So, safe route. Worked out pretty well for them. Great record runs for both those drivers, of course, especially Gary Trappy, who's right up there in the thick of things. So, as now these guys are going to line up behind the iRacing.com official pace car double file. Already set to go back. Green flag racing here. So, very first caution flag of the night so far, but looking to get them to turn around now. As currently, let's look at your track info here at Daytona International Speedway. 2.48 miles, elevation 36.52 feet, and of course, track temperature at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Looking at Daytona Beach, Florida, and of course, the United States. Look at your track weather now. 7 degrees west, 5 mile an hour wind direction to the west, 5 mile wind speed to the west, 1% humidity, 0% fog, cloud condition, clear, and moonlit skies here at Daytona. Jason Pop already has led the first 3 laps so far completed here. After making that bold move to the outside, worked off well, and took 37, accidentally came down to 30, and sparked a huge wreck that took out all about 4 trucks. So pretty insane for sure. We get things off here from race number 3 here for the iRacing series. So not the greatest start, but I'm sure these guys know how to turn things around, so they usually do. Last week saw a lot of green flag racing along the week previously, so I think once we get kind of these wrecks that Chris moves out of the way, we can get some green flag racing and a lot of fun. And hopefully we can have that the rest of the way, of course. But pace car back to go on pit road, and that will fate will tell, I guess, as far as the rest of this race will go. As pace car is in, these guys on the gas, and let's go some green flag racing. Getting up to gears now. Bit of connection issues there is 84 very trap, but no harm, no foul. These guys can get the gears still to the final. These guys, really big turns over 1 and 2, still getting to full speed. They're not coming off turn 2. Back to the 99 leg is down in front of the 52 entry of Stephen Gale. Already got some movement going on, but nothing too aggressive yet. These guys, I'm sure, will have a long green flag run right here. Looks blue and green through turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So just get that one out of the way. We can have let these guys really score and have these guys really performance now. But if the racing continues, 84-0 Chubb actually will lead this time by the stripe. Almost gets hooked at 33 as he kind of goes up the racetrack. So they're managed to hang on to it. 5 laps now completed of 65. So still 60 laps to go now from Daytona. Guys, forward through turn 1 and 2 with some contact there. 33 by turn 84. Pushing the corner right there. But to save 33 while he backs off. That's all the way down about straightaway here at Daytona. So far, so good. And I think she says that for the rest of the time, as long as it's not so light, doesn't make some contact. That's been pretty racy up there. These guys have done a great job so far here. Inside lane now, I think that's just talking about this right, so Jason Pop will lead the field that circuit around the speedway. Pretty good pack here. It looks like everybody actually is in this draft for the most part. A couple guys a little bit farther behind, so just in reach of the draft. So everybody coming together here, and pretty racy. So should be pretty exciting here. As you see the movement down 99. 52. 38 actually goes to the apron here. 38 is not for a couple more guys being in this pack. He's actually going to drop back to the back here and lose a lot of spots. Pulls up here to second pack, and he might actually lose the draft entirely, which is not something he probably wanted to do. So, I mean, if they do stay green, that will really hurt him a lot. As outside lane now is kind of starting to deform. The 8 all by himself. He's going to truck off the 30, not enough room or lever. Two bunch of trucks battling right there. Trying to find a way back in. Now he'll get up behind that number 30 inch right there. Jr. So you can follow up front. We'll really see. Any movement though. This is 8. Gonna try to get to the outside of the 30 machine, but also not be able to quite get there. The outside once again here. There goes a huge head of steam up in the top lane. Looks like he's going to try to work his way around, but a 30 machine all by himself. It looks like a race leader Xavier Chad having some connection issues. 3 wide now for second place. This is kind of short end of the stick right there, but now it's an 8 machine will actually wisely back out of that, fall back in the line. However, now he's falling way behind 1 machine. So there's absolutely nobody in the outside lane. Freaking Ghost Town is out. Xavier Trap realizes he's having some connection issues, probably getting told over the race. Radio there, so he'll actually drop the apron and follow back his back. Wise choice there, and a nice smart move, of course. So now we finally the 33 machine. Taylor Khan in the race lead, moving closer directly behind him. Flat 9 of 65 here as this time by. So Stephen Gale was way up through the field. While the 99 Donnie Lee, they both started quite a ways back in this pack. He started all the way back in 14th place. Stephen Gale started back in 19th, so that's one of the biggest movers right now. Grayson Man Jr. actually started in 15th, so he made it through the wreck now. Cut himself up here. Gonna cross it. Richard Taylor, a lot of these guys have really bad starting positions, and now we're right up this field to the front. And now battling for the race leader, Chase Pop trying to get his all on the top lane as every 10 laps completed here this time by. Oh, 99 gets turned sideways in the outside while it goes. That will cause another wreck here. So especially the apron, no caution as they're in the grass, tearing up the Daytona logo. No caution comes out as of yet, but I'm guaranteed it will come out now as the 99 spins onto the track. No caution. I'm waiting to see if league officials will throw the yellow or not. Looks like we have 2 trucks off in the grass. And 2-truck incident, and there's caution flags. Now the caution flag was waved. 37 lower number had some damage as well. The foreman had some nose damage. I'm not sure if Stephen Gale turned around the 99 machine because he looked directly behind him. That's what it looked like it may have happened. But I could not quite tell what exactly happened. There was actually Zero Trap was actually put it behind the wall. So there's that. Turns out what happened to the 99 machine here of Donnie Lee. Still trying to figure out. So we're on board now with Stephen Gale in the number 4 machine to see if that's what sparked this whole accident or not. Because again, we saw. I think it's first time it was Stephen Gale right there behind Donnie Lee. Oh, actually no, it wasn't. It was contact between the 99 and 8. And then as the 99 got loose and spun up the racetrack, the Stephen Gale really had nowhere to go. Puts his right rear as that happened. And really sent around the 99 machine, so that was none of Stephen Gale's fault. Actually, that was the 99 potentially drifting up into the side of the 8 machine. As I think that's what potentially happened. Yeah, he kind of went up the track quite a bit. The 8 came down just a bit, and it was just enough to make contact. Since the 99 sideways, it then gets loose, goes up the track across 52's nose of Stephen Gale. Goes up, hits the wall at a pretty bad angle, then comes back down into traffic. Nowhere for the 13 machine to go. 37 will run armor, tries to miss it, and the pound in the back of both of them, actually. It looks like he managed to hang on to that drop. But the other 2, of course, did not, so. That was open out your second caution flag of the night, but a pretty good green flag run right there. We're going to see some guys pay here. Stephen Gale had a pair off getting that nose damage, along with the 27 as well. A lot of these guys just kind of fixing their damage. 37, and of course, you know, these guys 42, 66, 38 actually looks like he may not make it to pit road. Not quite sure what happened to him. 13 gonna pass him, head to pit road now. Maybe we can get the truck refire. Maybe stalled it, but that looks like he's back and rolling, so he's good to go. Only thing is you need now to go on a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Team racing allows multiple iRacing members to team up and race together, just like in real-world endurance series. Teammates can share driving duties, spot for one another, or be a crew chief. Team racing is free, both to join a team and to create one. Each teammate races on his or her own computer from wherever they want to. Your teammates can be anywhere in the world, and changing drivers mid-race is as easy as a click of a button. iRacing features team endurance events ranging from just a couple of hours to 24 hours in length. So, if you fancy taking part in an iRacing endurance race in the future, you can learn more about team racing on the teams page on the member website.
Back live here to the iRacing E Series. So it's currently gotta go back green flag as we have 50 laps to go this time by for the iRacing E Series. Live here from Daytona. So Jason Pop won the very first race in the series. He's also the league owner. He'll lead the field to the green flag here in the number 1 Monster Energy Chevrolet Silverado, as these guys getting set to take the green flag once again. As the iRacing.com official Ford Mustang pace car hits the pit road. He's got the field to the green flag. He is on the gas and away once again from Daytona. But actually, I think the back 33 machine has the race the entire time. He chose the outside lane, that's why he's on the outside lane. My apologies there, I got that mixed up. But as we get through the gears here, got some connection issues at the field. They're gonna get the speed inside lane. Vail is a huge head of speed right here. Pot and the Eat Machine both pull out actually 1-2 here. Kenny drafted down the back stretch. Side by side for looks like 4th place at the 44, almost on the apron. 33 right there on his outside and hoping the 30. So yeah, just finally get up to full speed and come across that finish line. I got the 8 trail that side, but they managed to save it. It was the 501 up in front of the 33s. Ace trying to block the outside lane's momentum, but it's not gonna work. Yes, it will. 501 gets blocked by the 8 machine. Now they're gonna end the race here. Is the one gonna get ditched here by everybody? So he's gonna have to back the 44 machine now if he wants to get any draft at all. But now the 8 gonna try to pull down in front of the 1. 501 on the outside. Didn't get help by the 33s. They're now side by side for 2nd and 3rd. So the outside lane have a huge head seating on the outside of the 501 machine. So they come across the stripe. Look at the 501 lead that time by the line. So the 501 of Brendan Wilson pick up that lap bud. Speedway. One thing about these trucks is they're a lot more stable than the Cup cars. You can kind of get bumped and jostled around a lot more, and there's less chance of you actually wrecking as much as there is in the Cup cars. We saw last week a lot of guys, really, just barely make contact and causing wreck because of it. And that's something that we don't want to see. And for these trucks, they're actually considerably better in many different areas. In my personal opinion, way better at drafting. You kind of pull up the guy in front of you. You kind of go 2-3 wide at too much speed. These Cup cars, let's just stick the the whole time. Another advantage is these trucks still have much tape on them, so you can pretty much get right behind somebody and draft with them for a solid 5, 10, 15 laps without even having to get through the air load at all before your engine starts overheating. So, a lot of advantages to these capable trucks here in iRacing. Which is certainly showing so far. He's the main pedal under the racing. He's on an 8 shield at the top of the leaderboard. Hernandez Jr. right there. On the outside lane, getting pushed by the number 30 machine. So now pacing out 20 out of 65. Not pacing, but racing. Rose the connection issues by the 1 adjacent path. It's going to cost down to 1 some time. Looks like they're going to get the advantage, however, they're going through turns 3 and 4 nevertheless. We're now off turn 4 side by side for the race. The 1 going to continue to push the 501 entry there. He'll be that time by the stripe. There's no change on the charts here. Other stuff in race lead and throughout the entire pack here. though for the race lead. He can have the advantage going into the corner, but then the Final 1 kind of has the advantage throughout the corner, so he has to throw it around the racetrack. So down the back straightaway, but will it stick through turns 3 and 4? They might have the advantage on turn 4 actually this time by. Christopher is right there in that corner car like a side draft. Good ahead of Steve and put up a fight here for this lap. Les coming across the finish line. He will in fact lead that lap. He'll be lap 22 of 65. Clear of the inside lane, just drop down. Just one on the inside lane, let the 30 have a run at him, or should the top we can actually stay in the top lane here. Continue to stay side by side now in this pack. Side by side for the race lead. 8 will prevail once again this time by, and lead that time by to the right. L to 7 in the grass. In the tribal manages to regain control of the chart. Now he's on the apron though, but hit the grass again. Going to turn 1. It's not going to work. He's going to able to. Oh, dicey. You right there, almost getting hooked. The L manages to save it. Great save with a 7 machine right there. That's the 7 of the 9th Uzard somehow. I'm not pretty sure what's likely happened if he got loose in the apron or something happened, but there he went to the grass. So good save by him, of course. He's down to 33. Actually got a chop 7 or 10, get down to the inside lane, try to help out the inside lane there. Side by side of the race lead, the 501 now. Brian Wilson is by the stripe. Continuing to rocket these lead changes for sure here. Continue on. At the 8 advantage. We're at turn 22. Not quite clear though of the 501. Oh, we got a truck on the wall. The 42 machine right there. Nathan Hall, the outside wall, he managed to save it. However, from damage to cost them a lot of time right there. So. Pretty sure what happened is to do long right there. People got the field still side by side for a second now. Actually, the 8's kind of falling off just a bit. Guys, actually a lap will run on here very shortly. 25 laps now completed. 40 laps to go now from Daytona. 7 again on an apron, so maybe has some issues back there. Around the 37 entry there, he was all lap down. He actually had some damage in that truck, so a break for him. This front pack continues to let go here. Again, like I mentioned, got a couple cautions out of the way in the beginning. We have a long quick run. That's what's going to happen in quite some time now. So these guys really do know how to race clean, and they do a great job at it. It's out 7 out of 10 now. He's underneath him, got underneath him, and almost came down across his nose, but managed to notice there in time and not do that. So side by side for the lap left, 501. We'll get it on top of the scoring pylon once again that time by. Okay, that's a lane. So far, a great fight. And one problem is that being this pack like this, especially being on the inside, you're pretty much trapped because that's the lane side draft. You're pretty much boxed in. You know, you can't pass the WO line, so you're gonna try to stay behind the guys in front of you, and you can't really go anywhere. So it's pretty much just stalemate side by side, and that's what's going to happen for quite some time. But it's definitely very exciting. And then you'll see it towards the end of the race, you're gonna see a lot more aggressive side drafting, and you see some guys gonna be flying out the hole and gonna go to the middle 3 wide and go to the wall 3 wide, something along those sorts. So pretty interesting to see what this all comes down to as we continue to pretty much click off laps at this point. Which is why they're not being super aggressive when they need to be. Long as let it go, a little bit less than 4 laps to go. Daytona has quite some time to be racing, of course. So right down the back straightaway now. Still though, side by side in this pack. Stephen Gale there on the inside behind the 33. Both these guys kind of separated from the pack along the 4 on the outside. So these guys make sure they got to stay in that draft. And again, like, there's some trucks in there really well, so they shouldn't lose the draft that easily, but you never know. So Flopper one of Brendan Wilson will continue to lead more laps now. With that entry. Look at the detail entry there at the end of the line. Decent pack. Shots right there, the engine. Look at that, big boy. Big fire engine right there. Yeah, that's the TV. We can look inside the engine during the race. Look at the banking here on the Formula 1 machine. Absolutely wild here. Daytona is now we're on to lap 30. We're not quite halfway yet. They'll come like completion of lap 33, so really happy with that show. Still side by side by 4 race lead. Great job of just staying side by side and not really going anywhere, but they've not wrecked yet. They've held a pretty consistent line and then bound the race lead, bound position, which is always what we always like to see. So this time out, we're on 30 laps completed. We still have 35 laps to go from Daytona, so only let me go. No need to wreck out now. Going off from 4 to complete lap 30. Side by side. Oh, it's coming to 30 to 7 to 10. Getting a bit dicey right there. Drop slow. That's the 52 and the 33 and the 4 kind of just hanging back a little bit just lagged back. Not like losing the draft so far back, but they're kind of just cruising right now. We need to get Bob Rex along with them to go in racing, so we're just gonna kind of cruise back there for now. Going off for a corner cross up finish once again here. Brendan Wilson came to lead the field here at Daytona. So 12 laps so far in this one. Actually, looking at laps left. Here's episode 6. Cruising in as junior, episode 3. So, and Taylor Cron's at 7. So yeah, this laps led so far in this one. So you see Brian Broussard, he has lost the draft. Donnie Lee, Scott Leitner, Jeff Spooner again across versus Ashley Richard Shaw on the second pack back here in 9th position there. These guys get pretty racy up front though. Back straightaway, this is the mark halfway and back straightaway here, so getting ever so close to that finish. Flag race. Turns 1 and 2, still actually even this time by now. 33 kind of gets up on the outside lane and tries to push these guys. So I was maybe having an advantage here. We're going to have to see as push Mark halfway. Take a look at the summary so far here. 32 laps completed. It should be 33 for 2 laps for remaining. 10 lead changes so far, and only 30 laps completed, so pretty good for sure. Guys still side by side for races as we speak, so pretty exciting. I want to keep caution flags, of course. So, oh, never mind. That'll be the 3rd wreck as they all wreck. Stephen Gale makes it through along with the race. Race 38. 710 makes it through. That is 710 entry of Eric Reinhardt. Him looking through the accident. Everybody else piles in. We got more trucks. Oh, big hit. The 4 getting knocked up into the air. We got more trucks spinning. The 6 spins into the 4. The 4 continues to get pile driven by the back guys. Maybe just not noticing the wreck right ahead of them. I'm not quite sure why they didn't slow down. That got interesting fast. As you took a pit road. Number 6 of Russ Nash. So, to look back at what happened there, we saw the accident entering the tri-oval, it looked like. The 30 machine getting hooked. To look now what happens. Looks like the 30 on the outside here. On the outside of the 710. The 710 comes up the track, gets in the left rear corner panel, all of them. Goes down, right hooks the 1 machine, who then gets hooked into the 8 machine. Chain reaction around a 33, then hits the 30, he goes airborne. The 1 that hits the 4, they all wreck. The 3 leaders make it through. The 4 machine has a huge hit in the inside wall. And as they're sitting on the racetrack, all of a sudden the second pack comes through. And, who needs the lift, right? Bam! And then you got the 6 trying to avoid the accident, spins into the 4, and the 4 gets hit again. Absolutely nuts. So look now at what happened to this 4 machine here. Cody Trudeau Coat. Davidson's ahead, as you see. There's the hook, there's the accident. There's like a freak gets hit. And then, terrible angle there. That gets launched way up in the air, engine blown immediately. He's sitting in the middle of the racetrack, trying to tow back the pit road. And as he's sitting there in the middle of the racetrack, all of a sudden, here comes more trucks. And whoop, pow. Gets knocked in the air again, spins around. And as he's spinning, he gets hit again by the 6 truck, who comes flying to the accident. Gets hit 3 or 4 times there, if you include the accident of the wall. I want to go on board with Bobby Hatch. The first truck to hook around there. But a long reflex run, all coming down to crashing all for sure. Oh man, it took breaks all these guys. And upside down he goes, slides around like a top on his roof. And he spins the truck back around and gets back going. He's gonna see the second pack of trucks coming here. Wow! Oh man. 66 looks like he was the one who got into that machine there. I went on board with the 6600 of Scott Leitner as he was behind this accident. Looks like for some reason it's a bit glitch here. Wow, I mean, I don't know if he thought he was going to tow or something there. But he just drove straight into him, for sure. And of course the 6 pound in as well. So you see that it's like an accident, tries to get a load of this, it's loose. Ends up ironically spinning into the 4 truck, unfortunately, and ends up blowing his engine first immediately, so. Absolute chaos. Happened right there for sure. Arca brakes were real for sure. As nice guys looks like they head to pit road. Brian Wilson really filled to pit road. This 3 laps ago now. Dog gonna roll on their pit stalls here. Pretty clean entry looks like by everybody so far. Again, the truck's fixed. Looks like the 13 machine roll off pit road first. I'm not quite sure if he was involved in the accident or not. 501 will come off pit road there. There's the 2 machine of Stephen Gale. He actually made it through the accident. We're going to come down. 42, 38 into the back of the 42 on pit road. 1 machine going to come off there as well. So, alright, so contact now on pit road as it goes to come off pit road here. Looks like now actually the 8 machine of looks like Cruz Hernandez Jr. took up the race lead. The 44 right there in second. Jeff Spooner. All everybody else. Oh, there's an opportunity now to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
I want to leap over buildings, Want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. Oh, oh. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Godspeed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is going to get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
The yellow flag is out. Pit road is now open. Keep your eye on those gauges. We'll give you 4 tyres. 3, 2, 1, now. We're done. Get going.
Welcome live here to Daytona for race number 3 of the iRacing E-Series. Brought to you by Express Auto Salon, along with DCH Crane, official owners of the iRacing E-Series. Our space car quick back onto pit lane for only the 3rd time here tonight, as the green flag is flying on the way once again from Daytona. Up on the lap pedal is the 8 machine of Cruz Hernandez Jr. He's blocking the 44 all the way to the outside wall. Aggressive driving already being shown that all guys stayed out here, so only front runners in the final 1 machine who was leading before the caution came out, pitted, and now full of fuel, had fresh tires most likely, and have back in the field. However, he's currently 3rd place. Fighting for 2nd, he's going to try to dip underneath the 7 who closed the block. Right blue side, I believe that is. Goes to the top. 501, you're good on low for 2nd. Now there's a huge run on the 8 machine. It's going to make a move for the race lead. Not quite clear the outside limit looks like yet. Seven and the outside wall actually picture, so costing him a lot of time. The 99 works their way all the way up to 3rd. Ryan, what should be? Jason Pop on his outside. No scrub there, and the 99 almost up to the side of the 1 machine. As a 3 wide back in the pack, 44, 52, and 13 entries right there. Guys being very aggressive here. Oh, the 33 pushing the 1 up in the 3rd. With 25 laps to go still from Daytona. What will happen next is the question. Oh, there was the 13 machine around. He's going to spin it back straight away. Oh, and we got more trouble. The 44 into the inside wall. Looks like hard hit into the inside wall. No caution flag. There it is. And officials throwing the yellow flag. And for the 4th time here tonight, yellow display on the track. But look back what happened there. To the 13 machine, he got hooked around by somebody. Let's take a look now. After replays, the 13 machine. Oh, the 7 makes it maybe a little bit of net code. The 7 went up the track in the left rear corner of the 13, but I think it may have been a bit of net code. So the 13 gets hooked, goes down the track, and then as that happens, the 7 tries to get off of his nose, ends up going back up the track and hooks the 44 at the same time. And then the 44 goes hard to the inside wall. And the 7 goes back up the track and hooks the 710. He manages to get the truck straight, but damages it greatly. And then the 7 hits the inside wall himself. Wow. Now we're going to go on board with the number 7 entry of Brian Buzard. I did not expect to see all that happen. I just thought he hooked the 13 by accident and then got loose in the 44. That don't happen. So I'm board now with him, goes to the track, and maybe he's like, you got him the 13, springs him out, goes to the track in the 44, spins him sideways, he goes to the inside wall, he gets in the grass, truck gets loose, goes over the racetrack, puts the 710, spins him out, before getting himself sideways. And then he just floors into the inside wall, and yeah, that will pretty much damage his truck. He's got to use the fast spare. Not quite sure what's going to happen there. That was very confusing the way that all happened. Maybe some issue, not quite sure, because he hooked 3 trucks, then didn't even let off the gas pretty much when he spun into the inside wall. So very interesting. 13 actually has some issues getting into his pit stall, so first night goes even worse for him. We got some more trucks pitting. Here's the 44 all tore up. Stephen Gale on pit road as well. 13 getting roll off pit road. 66 also on pit road. Currently race leader, Cruz Hernandez Jr. in that number 8 machine. So he is actually not in the able to do interviews, so I'm sure he probably wants to do one. I'm sure if I can curse at him. Looks like our second place driver here, Brandon Wilson. Looks like he is in fact in the team speak, so we'll go back to the van.
From 14th all the way up to 10th, all the way to 3rd, all the way to 1st. Then got the pit, went back, got in the 5th, now I'm in 2nd. I'm all over the place.
So Brandon Wilson, got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
So you're going to find yourself in 2nd place after going down pit road, taking a bit of a different strategy there. Just a lot of guys stay out. You went down pit road, pockets of fuel, maybe even some tires. And you work back up all the way to 2nd here after you're leading much of the race there before that caution flag came out. You decided to go down pit roads. Select what the strategy that's happening there and have a chance to win this race.
Man, to be honest, I totally forgot that it's not in real life, so I guess it kind of worked out that way. But yeah, I had my teammate Jason back there pushing me. We were doing pretty good here with his A car, so it's been pretty fun. Everybody can kind of get it together and hold the lines and make it a little bit better here. Yeah,
we saw, caution lap 1, of course. And we went for a good 10 laps or so before I saw that caution. I saw a caution flag again. Went a good distance there, about 20, 30 laps, I believe, for the last caution came out. And now we're having, cautions, pretty cautious, of course. We've seen that a pretty fast truck, qualified in 4th place. Currently find yourself in 2nd. Any drivers out there that you've been working with in your team there?
Yeah, I've been working pretty good with the 1, and we got the 8 up here. He's pretty good. We had a pretty good battle there for those few laps there, but my other teammates are kind of back there. They had some bad luck in some of those wrecks, but I know they're working their way back up.
Well, I want to just inform you, I do have a bit of a curse here with interviewing drivers during the race. I'm hoping I can rely on you to break that curse if not getting wrecked in the first lap of the restart.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna happen. We'll break it today, buddy.
Sounds good to me. Well, thanks for the interview there, Brendan. Good luck in the race, and potentially talk to you after.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That's your current third place rider, Brian Wilson. Again, you just heard it there. He will not let me down. He will break the curse. So I'm hoping this happens. You heard it there first. So, the 16 laps so far. Couldn't be a race leader. If he gets wrecked, I need to quit my job. This is something that needs to happen. But anyhow, start the Delphi once again. There'll be 20 laps to go with the green flag, so not quite go time for a lot of these drivers probably yet, but we're gonna have to just see when it goes green what everybody's game plan here is in the racing. A couple guys, Stephen Gale kind of along with the 4 machine, along with the 33, kind of a lot of those guys kind of just cruising, not really wanting to get involved in an accident, and kind of just cruising behind the field. So it'll be interesting to see if they, when they decide to go, on this restart, if they hang back a little bit longer, will anybody have faster, or anybody not have any faster pairs left, and you know, maybe have to either work their way up, and if they get wrecked, out of the race, or they sit in the back and hope that they all wreck and they can get to the front at the very end. But 20 laps to go does not leave a ton of time, but still quite a bit enough to work your way up to the field if you're towards the back, or even if you want to kind of ride in the back. So we're pretty interested to see if this happens here. As Space Car going to make its way down the pit lane, and as long as the 501 machine does not get wrecked, I'll be a happy camper. Space Car go on the pit lane at 8. Hernandez Jr. lead the field to the green flag, which is flying away once again here from Daytona. And okay, that almost went Ron fast. 38 almost took the 501 there on the restart, but so far so good. It's good through the gears. Actually, may pull ahead in the race lead potentially, maybe not. I was gonna say right there, if he got hooked on the restart, oh boy. Almost went wrong again, but so far so good. 38 gonna push it clean now. As long as he has a turn, we're good to go. Actually, now he'll actually pull into the race lead now. Drops down in front of the number 8 entry. So maybe my curse went backwards now. Maybe it almost went wrong on that restart, but it's good now. I was at the 38 now, right there behind the 8. And as I come across that finish line, the 501 will not wreck before they cross that finish line. So the curse is good for now. Cross the finish line, we little up actually. So perfect. So you're still side by side though, all around. It almost went wrong fast, but it finally broke it. So they're still side by side now for third, 99 on the bottom, 38 up on the top lane. The 8 locked up there at the 501. There's Stephen Gale, he's working through the field. Another 52 entry, 44 also got caught up in an accident following at the 52 up through the field on the inside lane. Started back in 19th place, now finds himself up here battling for a top 5 spot. He's underneath, looks at the 13 machine there, who's also the driver's caught up in an accident. He's currently in 6th place. He's got some shaking and baking going on here in the top lane. Right on board. With the 13 machine and Richard Taylor up on the outside lane. Got some side jobs going on at the 38 and the 8, right close. Almost there. Some time to the 99. Gonna try to shove his nose underneath the 8. Can't do it. Oh man, very close right there. Almost saw another wreck, but so far so good. Now pace under lap 49 of 65, so still 17 laps to go. So no need to make such a aggressive move. They end up wrecking now. Yeah, I know. It finally broke. I interviewed somebody that didn't get wrecked. He almost got wrecked, but he saved it. We're good to go. This guy's, they glued to the back of the 501 machine. That is some good drafting right there out of the 8 machine of Cruz Hernandez Jr. just glued the rear bumper, but not turning them around. I mean, that's one thing like I mentioned earlier with these trucks. They're way more stable at these plate tracks. Way more stable. You kind of bump around. They're not quite as durable as the couple of Xfinity cars. You get damaged, pretty much engine blows immediately. Or you go way slower, but right now the 8 machine pushing the 501, keeping him onto the race lead. Also, in case you're curious of the numbers on the overlay, the reason a couple of them are blue is the TWR Truck Series. They have a chase. The numbers are supposed to be blue in the chase for the broadcast. However, a couple things were glitched. I wasn't able to fix it, and so now we're here in this race. So I apologize for those couple numbers being blue. That has nothing to do with this race at all. That is for a completely different series. So my apologies there. But 15 laps to go now from Daytona. Again, the 8 great drafter in here behind the 501 machine. But that's in lane 38 has a big run up here. Chris pair on the top. Less than 15 laps to go, 14 to go this time at the start finish line. Now you still gotta get that pressure in. If you know you have to push the truck to its limits, you have to race with the field if you want a chance. There goes the outside now. The 8 machine for the race lead. So we're going to start to see some of these moves start happening. 38 now. Trying to push the 8 of Cruz Hernandez Jr. to the race lead. Once again, Donnie Lee now and Stephen Gale are back most of the race. Now they find themselves up here towards the front. Is the Pap trying to find a way around these guys on the outside. The 8 gets pushed to the race lead. Does he get clear? Yes, he does. Will he drop down low, take over, and take control of the race lead? No, he does not, actually. He's going to stay in the top lane. He seems to be liking that top lane for much of this race. He'll stay up there with the 38, the 13, the 1, and the 27 all up there with him. So far, so good in regards to that finish line. He just stand by at the stripe. And actually will get clear of the inside lane, which he might drop down in front of him. No, he won't, but he's going to block the 38 and look to the outside. There goes the 13, looking through the middle. He's going to back out of it, however. So you got Brian Wilson, Donnie Lee, Stephen Gale. And then big gap out of the 44 machine back there. Those are all the drivers lined up on the inside lane. The outside, you have Cruz Hernandez Jr., Chris pair, 13 entry right there as well. Jason Pap, 27, 33 as the 27 almost gets hooked. What a save. Almost got hooked around with a 33 machine right there. I'm glad I caught that. Is now the 38 going to push the 8, but they're almost wrecking each other. Very close quarters here as they're marking almost 10 laps to go. With 12 laps to go. Well, a couple of laps shy as the 38 looks to the outside once again. The 8 going to block. Now it looks to the middle. Over to the bottom. Oh, there's contact. The 13 into the 501. There they go. Big wreck. 99. The 4 gets piled into another one. Unfortunately, I think that may end his night. It's about the 3rd wreck has been involved in. The 42 makes it through. It looks like 2 trucks now. The 501 has been dominant much of the race. The broadcaster's curse didn't happen immediately, but he still gets involved in the following caution. Donnie Lee right there as well. All tore up. And I think that started with a 13, actually. The 13 machine of Richard Taylor, excuse me. I believe that's what happened. I think he may have come down. Either got turned. Looks like he was, in fact, EOL'd by the league officials. So I'm guessing he was at fault for the accident. So we're going to look back what happened there. We saw a lot of moving, a lot of blocking, a lot of aggressive driving there out of the 8 machine, out of everybody else, out of the pack. You see the 38 tries to get underneath the 8. Doesn't get to do that. 501's on the inside of the 13 who tries... Again, kind of something we saw with the 37 earlier in the race that caused the first accident. Just thought he, was following the guys in front of him, ends up wrecking. And he goes around, gets piled in by the 52 of Stephen Gale. You see the 4 already got hit by somebody, though. To look now from a different angle now. There's the contact And there he gets hooked around. Actually, he's good to go because the 99 on the lead got hit as well. Gets in the right rear corner panel of the 501. Then the 99, 27 gets hit in the left rear. The 44 maybe made it through. I can't quite tell. 44 got a little bit of damage out of that. It was pretty much good. The 33 ducks the apron. The 52 Stephen Gale gets piled in. The 4 then hits the 99. Then barely misses the 501 entry there. The 6 ducks through the grass. Great job by him to miss the accident. There's a look now from onboard shot of the 6 of Russ Nash. As he sees the accident up in front of him. Coach the apron. They start the wreck. He just goes to the apron, goes to the grass. Barely misses it. Make it airtime here. A little bit. Nothing too spectacular for style points, but enough overall, I suppose. So I'm got on board with the 99 machine. Donnie Lee is he had a really hard hit in the eyes of the wall, it looks like. He's right there behind these guys. There you see wreck starting to happen. Gets in the back of him, and then oh wow, gets launched up in the air. Gets hit by the 4, and he comes back down the track. You see the 6 duck through. And I'm right on board with the 44 machine now of Jeff Spooner. So let's see the wreck happen. Gets to the back of the 52, I believe, just before it goes to the racetrack. Besides that, he made it through the accident, but that should be just enough damage to unfortunately hinder his chances of being able to continue going here and might slow that truck down. So we're interested to see how this works out, of course, as currently Cruising Enders Jr. finds himself in the race lead. And my broadcast is, alright, my interview curse may or may not continue. It all depends how you look at it. He was involved in the next wreck after I interviewed him, but he didn't wreck in the first lap, so at least that's different. He almost got wrecked in the restart, which has happened before, of course, but yeah, interesting. Christian Shapiro currently finds himself in second place again. Race leader is not currently in the team speak, unfortunately, so of course we can't talk to him. But we can get a word in with our second place driver right now, the 38 Chris Echepair. I talked to him last week, and talked to him this week as well. Got a copy of that, Chris?
I got a copy.
So, Chris, you currently find yourself in second place. Not let any laps. You've been towards the front. You were towards the front there, bound for the lead. Much of that run, we weren't quite able to get to the start-finish line ahead of the rest of the field. But now you find yourself in second place. Pretty good position for this race win with less than 10 laps to go. How do you feel about your chances, and what do you think your game plan here is to win?
Right now, game plan is just to follow the leader right now. Not sure what. Once he's on the outside, that's the game plan. If I have to go low, I'll go low. It's been a very stressful race, I can give you that.
Yeah, and compared to last week especially, we've seen a lot more green flag runs, and I know, I'm pretty I do a lot of plate racing, I should say. I've done a lot, of course, this weekend in official Talladega, and I've noticed by driving all 3 different series, the trucks seem to be the most stable and honestly, in my opinion, the most fun. Do you feel like that's kind of the same way? You feel like these guys are able to kind of to rub on each other a bit more and bump a little bit harder, even in the corners, compared to what you ran last week in the Cup cars?
Yes and no. I feel like if you're on the inside line, you got someone above you. The trucks on the inside get a little tighter coming off the corner. A lot easier to hit the apron coming off the corner. So people gotta be careful, and if you're behind someone, you can barely see going to the corner here at Daytona. Talladega is more fun with the trucks, but Daytona is more of a skill set talent.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of bump and banding so far, and we've seen a couple of wrecks, of course, as a result of it. And I've noticed 2 wrecks so far have just been guys trying to follow the guy in front of them, and then they go down the track and they don't realize there's a truck on the inside or something like that, and that's what caused the last accident. So do you feel like it's kind of the same way when you're following somebody and they drop down low? Does it kind of make you want to drift down the track as well, or how does it kind of make you feel?
With me, if I'm following someone, they go down low, and I'm just gonna stay up where I'm at because I'm not sure what's going on. So I've had problems with that. The first race, last 4 laps of Talladega. I got caused that big wreck. That was just my stupidity, and I think it's just all it is. Be patient and just have faith in the guys pushing me.
Alrighty, wish you the best of luck here, Chris, and try and get the win, and potentially talk to you after.
Appreciate it. Good booth.
Alrighty, so that was your second place shot right now. Chris Hutchinson in the number 38 entry there. And sorry again for the interviews. I don't know why it was so quiet. I'm trying to fix that, as you've seen a couple times pop up the video audio manager, but it seems to be really quiet, even though I turned it considerably higher than everything else. But is what it is, I suppose. So now the field will go to the green flag. And hopefully my interview Chris does not spark again here and jump on the 38 machine. I'm sorry if it, Chris, if it does happen. As the pace car going to go on a safety pit road, and again, caution goes out 5 or less laps to go. Race under the yellow flags. What will happen here? Will this green rest away? Green flag is flying run away once again from Daytona. And a bad restart with the 44. That's going to hold up the inside lane, the 52 to 27, and looks like 6 machine there, all getting held up on the inside lane, which will cause some more aggressive driving to try to get to the front here for the win. Side by side, 38 extra pair on the inside of Cruising Anders Jr. for the race lead, and the race win potentially here once we see another yellow. 42 has not been up front much of the race. He's now up here. The 42 machine of Nathan Hall. So they're side by side going down the back straightaway. The 33, the 1, all pushing the 8. Then I'll get him out in front by a considerable margin, actually. Cruising Anders Jr., the big head of steam, thanks to the 33 machine there of Khan. Going to lead this time by the stripe. 6 laps to go now from Daytona. We'll see a yellow flag here. This is the final opportunity for yellow flag to come out in order to have a restart. So if yellow flag comes out after this lap's completed, race under the caution. So these guys obviously very aggressive, but calm as of right now. You know, based off where they are, feel pretty spread out for that restart there, and all these trucks are kind of tore up. So, the 38 in the outside wall actually. So it cost the whole outside lane a lot of momentum, and it'll cost them a lot of spots, a lot of time. Everybody on that top lane, as we're gonna see some of the guys jump down low, potentially as. Across the finish line, 5 laps to go now from Daytona. No more cautions can come out, or no more restarts can happen, I should say. This is pretty aggressive up front. 33 peeked underneath the 8 right there. There's the 501 look at the outside, potentially, of the 38 machine. It is for sure now, though, go time. Try to see some moves these guys probably want to make earlier. And that's what usually leads to a wreck at plate racing. So it's going to all depend on how these guys drive each other and drive the track. As in the 1 may drop down low here, I'm guessing. We're going to see 37 up there, getting pushed by Stephen Gale. Real word armor. Across the finish line, 8 going to lead in a lap. 4 laps to go now from Daytona. Not much time left. If you want to have a shot at this win, you got to get to the front of the pack as soon as possible and try to keep your truck up there. The 38 has the advantage going to turn 1 as the 33 kind of falls off rear bumper of the 8 machine. 501 of Brian Wilson has led most of this race. He's pushing 38 machine now on that top side. 33 going to push the 8 though on the bottom once again here. So they're going to get hooked back up. Oh, the 1 almost turns the 501 around. Side by side continues here. This is a bit of contact there for the race lead potentially. Come off turn 4 here. 3 laps to go now from Daytona in the iRacing Series race number 3. And will it be car number 33 going to victory lane, or will it be him going the outside wall as they make contact, and him in the 38 machine as he's getting beaten around here. There goes the 1 to the top side. Going to try to help out the 33 of Chris Hutchinson. Continue to stay side by side now. Pretty tame for the end of the race here. I did not at all expect this. A lot of guys looks like they've actually lost the lead draft. I see 37. Will Rodimer, the 6, 52, Stephen Gale. 710. All these guys have lost lead drivers. All those with contact. 44 gets the left rear. The 1. Somehow they don't wreck. 2 laps to go. There's 2 more circuits around now from Daytona. 5 more miles of racing left to go. It is officially go time. Go big or go home as the 8 will lead the field. 2 laps to go. What will happen here in the final closing 2 laps of Daytona? You cannot risk, you cannot afford to, cost yourself spots here. This is the time that you need to gain as many spots as possible. Get yourself to the front of this pack and contend for this race win like the 8 and 38 are right now. 33, he's kind of boxed in. He wants to push the 8 machine as far as he can and as fast as he can do it so he can get in front of the 38 and try to hook up with him. They're still just side by side coming off of turn 4. Oh, there they go! Big wreck. That will end the race. So the 38 machine goes upside down. 42 gets involved. They go for a spin. The 33 as well. They go back to the racetrack. And now the 8 machine, Cruz Hernandez Jr., to the field to the white flag, which is also the caution flag. That will officially end the race under the yellow flag. At the last second, it could possibly happen. The yellow comes out, unfortunately. And that will end the race here at Daytona. To look back at what happened to cause that incident, we just saw 33 go off the track and he got hooked with somebody, and it was on from there pretty much. So, to look now back at what exactly happened here. So you see 38 on the top side. He's coming down to try to pinch these guys down, try to get some side draft. 33 drifts up the track. Not sure if he thought he was clear or was trying to make a run on the 8 machine for the race win, or he just drifts up the track, but then he gets, just gets caught. They go hooked together. Nothing either driver can do. And then a hard hit in the outside wall head on for the 33 machine there. 38 gets into the 1, then kind of lags through. The 42 gets hooked in the right rear. Unfortunately, head on to the outside wall he goes. Looks like the 44 maybe got a piece of it just a bit. 710 gets a piece of it. Stephen Gale manages to miss it all and the grass. Great job by him. Actually on board now with the 52 machines. He lost the draft. There's the accident. Oh, man. Whizzes by everybody at full speed. He knew that the race was going to end. As they come across that finish line, that is now the official end of the race, and Cruz Hernandez Jr. will pick up the victory here at Daytona. First win of the season, of course, for him. Pretty dominant performance as well. Led 27 laps, most final laps led. Started back in 15th, but gained 14 positions to get the victory. To come across that finish line and do some burnouts. Meanwhile, checking a word in here with your third place finisher Jason Pop into the number 1 machine. The 8 machine going to celebrate on the front stretch here at Daytona. Burn them down, brother. HenryCars.com. Chevrolet Silverado there. As he continues to celebrate now. You're going to award in now with your third place finish once again here, Jason Pop in the number 1 machine. Seems sitting there right there. Got a copy, Jason?
10-4.
So, Jason, you find yourself finishing in a podium spot here, P3 for leading 6 laps. Starting third, finished third, so no net change there at all. And obviously, but unfortunately, that had ended under the caution flag there as you guys, of course, wanted a chance to the victory But overall, really exciting, really great race. A lot of green flag runs. Talk about the race as a whole and how you managed to pick up a third place finish here tonight.
Yeah, it was an exciting race. I started in third. Somehow I ended up 2 laps down. I got in a wreck there. I made one back the hard way right before a caution came back, and that put me 1 lap down. And then I got into a lucky dog position, and I was able to get back up there and finish third. I actually finished the race with a truck appeared to have landed on top of mine.
Yeah, and of course, this certainly happened there in that last accident, and of course, able to make it through that final accident without getting turned around and wrecked. We saw these trucks. I think honestly, what I've seen in this race and what I've from past experience, they're a little bit more stable than the Cup cars. We race the same track, same conditions, pretty much everything. Last week at the Cup cars, we had I believe quite a few more incidences and accidents, but here a lot more beating and banging and rubbing, good hard racing, and we saw of course some accidents as you would expect to plate tracks, but nowhere near I don't believe as what we saw last week, and we saw a lot of guys really use their heads more. So do you think it's the trucks maybe just what they learned from last week, or what? How do you feel about the trucks compared to Cup cars mostly?
Well, the trucks do handle a lot better in the draft. They don't get as squirrely. You can pull up a little bit better, and you can get a little bit of a better push. Uh, I also a lot of guys are getting more experience as the season goes on. We've seen quite the improvement in quite a bit of the fellas actually. Very impressed with where they've come in these past couple weeks.
All right, any special shout outs, sponsors, thank yous, thank you here that brought him to a podium finish.
Absolutely. I want to thank, first of all the racers that have shown up every week. It takes a lot of commitment, and I appreciate you all taking time away from your families to come have some fun with us. I also want to thank DCH Crane and Express Auto Salon.
Alrighty, appreciate your time here, Jason. Congratulations on third, and talk to you later.
All right, see you next week.
All right, that is your third place finish tonight. Just about with 6 laps en route to a third place finish. Now your second place finish, Brandon Wilson in the number 501 machine. We're putting the box booth now. Brandon Wilson, got a copy.
Yes, sir.
So you find yourself finishing in P number 2, including 22 laps. So we've got a theme of 2 here. Obviously wanted to see that race probably under green flag. Give you guys a second chance there. Unfortunately, cost flew just before we saw the white flag fly, so you weren't able to have that chance. But overall, just stuck with the race and in that those green flag runs that you led much of the race for.
Yeah, man. When it was green flag, it was a pretty good race up front with the 8, and it's pretty fun. I was staying in line, pushing good. Had some good teammates pushing me as well. But all in all, it was it's a pretty good race. Can't complain.
Any special shout outs, thank you, sponsors, by home to a run up finishing tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely like DCH Crane Service and Express Auto Salon. They help us put this league on and get us broadcasting and stuff. And I appreciate you too, man. You do a good job as well. And thank my teammates Redline Racing out there.
Well, I appreciate it, and of course, congratulations on a second place finish, and of course, breaking the interview curse. So thanks for the interview, and talk to you later.
No problem. I told you we'd break it, man.
It almost didn't happen. The restart was a bit sketchy.
Yeah, I seen that guy. He kind of came up to me real quick, so I was like, "Oh no!" I told him this wasn't gonna happen.
Jinxed it. All right, appreciate that, Brendan.
Thanks, man.
All right, that I believe wraps it up for interview. Unfortunately, for second week in a row, we did not have your race winner, Hernandez Jr. From what I'm seeing here, I could be mistaken, but I'm looking. No, so unfortunately, we don't not have your race winner here tonight, which is unfortunate. But yeah, Cruz Hernandez Jr. picked up the race victory here tonight from Daytona. So appreciate watching here, of course, on LCTV. And before I end this off, let's look at results here, top to bottom. First place, Cruiser Hernandez Jr. Second place, Brandon Wilson. Jason Pop rounds out your top 3. Jeff Spinner 4th. Stephen Gale, solid night. His first career start. He finishes 5th. Nathan Hall 6th. Sierra 7th. Daniel Cross in P8th. Eric Reinhardt in 9th. And Tyler Collins at your top 10 2-lap stand. 11th place, Chris Escher, 12th, Will Road Armor. 13th, Russ Nash. 14th, Donnie Lee. 15th, Cody Trudeau-Coates. 16th, Brian Buzard. 17th, Robbie Hash. 18th, Scott Leitner. 31 laps down. Xavier Trapp rounds out your field after having some connection issues there and leaving the race. Appreciate watching our course here tonight. Tomorrow night, Beach Archer Management Series from Talladega. So some more plate racing to check out there tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Appreciate watching here tonight. LCTV. Have a good night.